Hello, I'm John with Roadkill Incorporated, and today I'm going to demonstrate battery and memory removal from a 15-inch aluminum MacBook Pro. Again, this is a 15-inch aluminum MacBook Pro. This one in particular has a 2.4 gigahertz Core 2 Duo processor. You know it's an aluminum because it has a silver keyboard and an all-around silver enclosure. The newer unibody MacBooks have a black keyboard and a black screen bezel. Apple never really officially labeled this the aluminum model. It's just sort of a label that was retroactively given to it to distinguish it from the unibody machines. But it makes sense. It's all silver, all aluminum, kind of like the aluminum PowerBooks, which similarly are all silver keyboard, as opposed to the black keyboard in the PowerBook Titaniums. So anyway, 15-inch aluminum MacBook Pro. I'll close the lid here and flip it over. You want to be careful, with these on a hard surface, because if you slide it, it'll scratch really easily. Pretty much you just need to pop the two tabs down, preferably at the same time. I only have one hand to work with. So here's the battery. And to put that back in, you just put that edge in first and then push it down. Now I'll flip the machine around so you can see it better. The serial number is right here. I've covered it over with a sticky just so I'm not advertising someone's serial number for the world to see. Under here is the memory. You pretty much just need to remove these three screws. They're very tiny little Phillips head screws. I've removed them in advance just for the sake of time and to avoid clumsiness. Once those are out, you just take the lid off and you'll see the two memory modules. This machine takes a maximum of 4 gigabytes of RAM. There may be the higher end versions of the aluminum may take up to 6, I believe, but generally the max you'll see is 4, 2 in each slot. And to remove the memory, pretty much you just pop the little levers on either side. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Once you apply enough pressure on either side, the memory module just kind of pops out. And there you have it. The trick with reinserting these is to make sure that the notch, the little plastic piece, goes right into the slot. Whoops, I'm sorry. So you want to make sure those are lined up. Obviously, if you have it backwards, it will not fit properly. So just put it into the slot there, push it in so it's firmly seated, and then press down. And your memory is installed. So let's say you had two 1 gigabyte modules, you could pop these out and put into two 2 gigabyte modules to expand to 4 gig. That's a pretty nice upgrade on one of these machines, and well worth it. A 2 to 4 gig upgrade is very noticeable. When you're a power user doing advanced functions. For a typical user, you wouldn't really notice much of a difference, but power user, Photoshop, video editing, things like that, you would notice a difference. Now you just put the lid back on, kind of little edge fits into the groove here, push it down, you then put the screws back on, and then put the battery back into place. And that's pretty much it. These are pretty easy to open up the top case on as well. You pretty much just remove these 4 screws. There are a few screws in here you want to remove. There are a few screws along the side, and then a couple on the back, or maybe 4 on the back. Actually 2 on the back on these. But that's for another demonstration. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.